Good morning, ladies. Well, almost good afternoon. This is Miss Hildebrand, and I'm going to read Bagel Comes Home by Joanne Betty Stutchner. Chapter 1. I, Josh Bernstein, want a dog. There's this old movie on television called Lazy Come Home. That's how I got the idea for us to buy a dog. We have a goldfish, Lox, and a cat, Cream Cheese. It only makes sense to get a dog, right? My little sister, Becky, likes the idea. Even my parents are on board. Mom says, "Good idea, Josh." Sniff, sniff. She's crying and smiling at the same time. Lassie Come Home is one of those happy sad movies. After the kid actor, Roddy McDowell, says his line, "You're my lassie, come home," Mom blows her nose into one of Dad's big handkerchiefs. But we'll get a dog from the shelter. It's a good deed to rescue a dog. Dad agrees. Josh is almost 9. There's a good age to get a dog. "I'm 5, says Becky. "That's a good age, too." "Yes, it is," says Mom. Becky wants to help me take care of the dog. I'm not so sure she'll need much help. I'm the one who changes the water in Lox's bowl, when I remember. Becky tried to help me once. She pulled the plug in the sink too soon. Lox nearly went down the drain. I'm also the one who cleans out Cream Cheese's litter box. Maybe not as often as I should. When Becky helped me, she spilled litter all over the carpet. Becky's not a big help, but Dad insists. You and Becky can walk the dog together and take care of it. Do we have a deal? Do I have a choice? Deal, I say. Deal, says Becky. I love my sister, but... Chapter 2. The Marple Shelter for Otherwise Doomed Dogs and Puppies. That's not really its name. It's just called the Marple Dog Shelter, but we all know what happens to dogs that don't get picked. A lady in a lab coat, Miss Pringle, takes us inside to the kennels. I've never seen so many dogs in one place. Becky stops in front of one big cage and points. "I want that one," Miss Pringle says. "That is a Great Dane Dalmatian cross. I think it looks like a small pony." Becky's thinking the same thing. She says, "I could put a saddle on him. I could ride him into kindergarten. I could tie him up to the tree and feed him hay at snack time. I could..." "No," says Dad. "You could not. All the dogs are mixtures. There's a cockapoo, which is a cocker spaniel and a poodle, a pugapoo, a pug and a poodle, and a Yorkie poo, a Yorkshire terrier and a poodle. There's also a German shepherd corgi, big mistake, on short legs." Then we stopped outside the last cage and stared. "That," says Miss Pringle, "is a Whippet Jack, Russell Sheltie mix. He's just a puppy. This one is different. The other dogs are just hanging around, killing time. This puppy turns cartwheels and does backflips. He runs around the cage." Dad says, "If there was a canine version of Circus Soleil, this dog would be the star turn." Even though Dad has doubts, the rest of us like him. Mom says he has personality. Dad sighs. "We'll take this one," he says. He won't admit it, but I think Dad secretly likes our new puppy. After all, he'll fit right in. We're a pretty theatrical family, except for me. That is, Mom and Dad act in community theater. Becky would like to, but she's too young. We're in the car when Mom asks, "What shall we name him?" "Bagels," I say. Becky frowns. "Why not Bagel?" she asks. "There's only one of him." "It just sounds better," I tell her. On the way home, Bagels travels. Cage sits between me and Becky. The cage bounces on the seat for the entire trip. I think Bagels is doing the Irish jig, and he howls. Becky stuffed her fingers in her ears. Dad says he thinks Bagel is something called hyperactive. You don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to figure out that one. Maybe that's why I like Bagel so much. He's like me. At school, my teacher calls me Mr. Fidget. Mom explains, Whippets are racing dogs. Jack Russell hunts rats. Shelties are sheepdogs. He's bound to be restless. He's going to puppy school. That should do the trick. I've never noticed the calming effect of school. Maybe dog school is different. So I'm going to stop right there and I will read 2 more chapters tomorrow. I hope you liked it. I miss you, ladies. Enjoy, and I'll see you. Well, I'll read to you tomorrow.